So with psoriasis, I know for a fact because I've had it for 34 years, and I haven't had it in the last 6 years of my life, from age 4 to 34. I know for a fact that it is one of the most difficult things, not only to live with, but also to get rid of. All right. I work with a lot of patients with autoimmune issues, and autoimmune issues are hard to get rid of, psoriasis being one of the hardest to change. And it is because it takes a lot of different things, a lot of lifestyle changes, a lot of eating changes, supplements. It takes certain things to get the body back in balance. When it comes to psoriasis, it's all about how well your body's handling stress, how much unnecessary stress you have, and if you have the nutrients, minerals, and the things you need to be able to actually live and grow and do all those things. And so the things I'm going to teach you today is going to be about these supplements. Through that process I took in 34 years, the supplements that I finally, in the end stages of that I feel like made the biggest difference, that I personally did. Now, again, that's not what everybody should do, but this is what I personally did. So maybe you can get some value from that. And I'll walk you through why I did them and how you can make those changes. Also, we have 2 other videos that I produced on this process of exactly what I ate and exactly the lifestyle changes I made, meaning the exercise that I did, the home improvement, I guess you would say I did, meaning changing my environment from toxins, the other ancillary activities that I did to get better as well, are all on this as well. With that said, a long way to get to. Number 1, and you probably could guess it, is vitamin D3. We know that vitamin D3 is essential for the immune response. It's essential for many parts of our health as well. I've done videos just on this, but I took about 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3. Since then, my recommendation on that has gone up to about 15 to 20,000 if you have psoriasis. But again, I was starting out. I took vitamin D3, about 10,000 IUs. This is without any testing. This is what I did. I took omega-3 fatty acids. So I took something called cod liver oil, took Nordic Naturals cod liver oil. And I took that for a while. I shifted over to some tuna oil for a while from Standard Process. And as I'm going through these supplements, I can help you get these through this process if you want. But the systemic formulas, or Standard Process, I did tuna oil, then I went to calamari oil, and then I ended up back at cod liver oil. My research led me back there. I didn't see a difference between any of them in terms of what I was noticing them do. Okay, so I had D3, I had omegas. The next one I had was liver. I actually found out that organ meats are very healthy for you, and that they were part of the human diet for a very long time. And we've kind of pulled them out of our diets, and mostly because of grocery stores, we've created, packaged meats where you have your chicken breast and you have your chicken thigh, or you have your ribeye steak, but you don't have the whole animal in front of you, which is, innately what we were kind of, I guess, in the beginning had. And so organ meats were something that people would eat, and they're actually very good for your organs, specifically liver being very good for your liver and detoxification of the body. And so I started taking liver capsules. I started eating liver for a period of time as well, but for the most part, I took desiccated liver capsules. The other supplement, the next supplement I took was a digestive supplement, something with ox bile. I can't remember the name of it then, but what I use that's very similar now is something called Advanced Digestive Enzymes by Thorne, but it had ox bile, had betaine HCl in there, and some other digestive enzymes. I took that before each meal, just because I found out that psoriasis had something to do with the gut. And so I knew that if I was going to help break my food down better, help my stomach, help my gallbladder, which is what that ox bile is for, and help my pancreas and other parts of the digestive system produce enzymes to break down the food, then it would probably benefit me. I also took something, and this is one of my favorite supplements, actually. I haven't talked to you guys about it much because I've kind of shifted into some other things, but Schisandra. Schisandra is an herb. It's a very bitter herb, which means bitter herbs in ancient medicine have really been proven to support detoxification and support the liver. And so Schisandra is something that I took in a liquid form from Standard Process. I took Schisandra. Rehmannia is the other herb you've heard me talk about a lot. And I love Rehmannia because the fact that it helps stimulate what's called the Th2 response. The Th1 immune response being overactive is what causes the skin overgrowth on our skin for psoriasis, right? So the idea is if you stimulate the Th2 response, it kind of calms down that Th1 response because they work together. And in return, the psoriasis calms down. So these were the immune and detoxification herbs that I used. And then finally, again, this wasn't simple. I didn't go crazy on supplements. Finally, I took mixed mushrooms. And what I mean by mixed mushrooms There's a company called My Defense, I think, or My Host, I'm sorry. And they have a bunch of mixed mushrooms. And it's things like reishi, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps, things that are great for the immune response, things that are great for adaptogenic properties in terms of your body handling stress. And that's it. Those are the supplements I take. I took D3, omegas, liver, ox bile, Shashandra, Romania, and what was the last one? Mixed mushrooms. Okay, that was the core supplement plan. Okay, so if you want those supplements and you feel like, hey, that's exactly what I want to do, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm a big fan of individuality, meaning let's work together and let's find out what's actually happening for you. But if that is something that you want to get, just say, I want those supplements. I'll put them in the Full Scripts thing and you can get them for 20% off and you can get them from there, from that company. They have everything laid out for you on there. It's pretty cool. That way you know you're getting good brands too, because quality does matter. I don't want mushrooms that aren't organic because they're gonna have a lot of pesticides and herbicides. I don't want herbs that aren't organic for the same reason, and I don't want them titrated or pulled, this part of the herb that you're taking, I don't want that pulled improperly. Liver, I want grass-fed, free-range organic in that process. Same with ox bile. And D3, I want high-quality D3 with K2, as well as omega-3 fatty acids. I want something, if I'm gonna take a fish oil, that has been tested for heavy metals as well. So I can help get you those. Now, that's the supplements I took. Now, it seems like, okay, you take supplements. I always thought, growing up in the medical world, you just take something and it'll get better. And if it doesn't, then that something you took didn't work. And so just take something else. And then it just becomes this medical merry-go-round of taking things. Well, you can do that naturally too. You can take a supplement and then it didn't work, right? Your psoriasis didn't go away. So you're like, all right, what's next? And then you go on to that next one and next one and next one. Then you end up with this big mirrored cabinet in your bathroom. Instead of it being chunked full of medications, it's chucked full of supplements, but you still have psoriasis. I don't want that either. And so there is another step of the process, which is, what are you putting into your body? If you've ever heard me talk about nutrition, you've hopefully heard me say this. Nutrition is not about just losing weight, not just about looking good and having energy. Those are all great reasons to have a good nutrition plan, not about longevity. Nutrition, two main things I talk about with nutrition. Number one, or I focus on with nutrition is, number one, is it gonna give me the nutrients and minerals that I need to live and be healthy? Number two, is it going, and that's hard in the world we live in today, by the way, because our soils are so depleted. But number two, is it going to cause stress or more stress on my body? Meaning anything we eat goes through a breakdown process, oxidation. There's going to be some stress in that process, and that's fine. But is it something that's going to create unnecessary stress, like foods that I'm allergic to, like food allergies? Or is it going to cause stress like sugar or high fructose corn syrup or gluten, things that my body has to work really, really hard to process and get rid of and detoxify from, and it's gonna cause an increased oxidation. And so in the videos, go back to the video I did on what to stay away from or what not to eat with psoriasis. And those are gonna give you foods that you need to stay away from. I'm gonna give you foods that you wanna eat today or that I ate, okay? So here's the foods I ate.